Hi YouTubers, welcome to one of my videos. And it's not raining at the moment, and I haven't made a wooden bowl for a while, so I'm setting up the lathe. I haven't had a shower yet, but while Jane's having a shower, I thought I'd set up this on the lathe. I've centred the wood, and it's sweet chestnut. It's only a small, it's probably about 4 or 5 inches across. I've centred it as best I can and put it on the lathe. I'll take the lathe down, stand it in the garden on my sawhorses, and I'll make a small bowl I think today. We'll start on it. The wood's part seasoned and I buy these blanks in, so they're pretty good, and the edges of I don't know if you can see it, it looks like it's varnished on the edge, but it's not, it's wax, and it's to help the wood with its seasoning process, and they wax the edges when I buy them, and then I'll get this set up. I've not got any real plans what it's going to look like. It's as I'll put it on the lathe and put the chisels on. It develops as I'm looking at it, if you know what I mean. I don't mark it up with a pencil or anything apart from the centre, and not sure what it's going to look like, but when I get started I'll have a better idea of how I want it. The only problem with lathe work, it's messy. That's why I do it in the garden. That's where I've got with a bowl, and I need to sand the inside, so I'm going to do that next. And I think my Dremel will probably do the job on that. It needs something. Now this is a bowl. I've sanded it down, and as Jane wants it to be used with food, I'm going to use Danish oil, which is ideal for make it food safe. You can't really use varnish because of the chemicals. So that's my next job. So I've got to shake this well, use a bit of a pan scourer, and I need to get myself a pair of gloves to wear, because you don't want this stuff on your hands. And it probably need about 2 to 3 coats. Now because the top sticks, I found the best thing to get the top off is to use one of these clamps, and then it's easy to twist off. And I need to press the safety lugs in to get it off the final part. It's had its first coat of linseed oil, sorry, Danish oil. I keep getting the two mixed up. That's the heating boiler come on, by the way, and it's already changed the colour of the bowl. It's the second day with this bowl, and excuse the noise in the background, it's probably the heating cutting in and out. It's had time for the Danish oil to soak in and dry, and what I use to apply the Danish oil is I get these kitchen scouring pads. I cut some small pieces off so I can use the rough side there to actually scrape into the grain, and it helps it get into the grain, and then I wipe it off with some tissue paper, the excess. But the next job is to using wet and dry paper, but I actually use it dry just to sand off any of the rough surfaces I find, and that's what I'm going to do now. Yeah, well, I still got these gloves. sure I've got it everywhere. I've put quite a lot in the inside because very needs the most protection if it's going to have food in it. It's got to be a little olive oil or something like that. Okay, I think that'll do. I'm going to let that dry for a short while. These pieces, when you finish with them, soak them in water, but don't put them in the bin because they can actually self-combust on their own for no reason. So that one will get soaked in some water. Just going to take my gloves off, turn them inside out. There we go. Leave them there. And I'm going to get rid of this, but I'll turn the camera off. What I do with these spare bits, which I haven't used yet, I'll put them in a little glass jar and keep them for future projects. And I generally cut these up, but the jar's pretty full. I'll put those two bits in and that'll keep for another day, because this will probably need 3 coats of the Danish oil. The Danish oil I buy is a Craftsman range of Danish oil. It's good value for money, and it's quite expensive if you buy it in smaller quantities than this. I can't remember how much it was, but that's a 1 litre container and that will probably last me years. Buy it in the small containers, I can get through one of those almost on 1 bowl, so it makes it very expensive. Now I'm just going to show you this. I've got the lathe sitting in the shed. It started to rain. I was intending to work on another bowl or to do some wood turning, and so I'm not going to be able to do that today. But sorry, it's not a bowl, it's going to be like a platter or to stand a plate on, and the idea is I'm planning on getting 2 thin pieces of wood and I'll put a pattern on them, you know, for decorative, and they'll be about 10mm thick. Should get 2 out of this bit of wood, might get 3 actually, and it's just for standing pots on or plates on, I think hot plates and things like that. I've made some coasters in a similar way, and this is going to be the next part of the project. This is like the platter I'm referring to, but it's going to be patterned. I made these coasters on the lathe to stand glasses and mugs on, so it's going to be a bigger version of this, but not as big as this. It's kind of in between. Still got crumbs on the table when we have breakfast. Dear, dear. Untidy person. Well, I think that's it for this particular bowl. You can see what it's going to be like. Gone through roughly the process, and it's raining at the moment, so I can't really do another bowl or platter or anything like that. But totally different subject. What do you think about Prince Charles then? Driving from Gloucester to London to see his father in hospital, 100 miles. I'm a bit disgusted with it, to be honest, because he's in hospital, his father being looked after. He's not dying according to the press, he's just in for checkups for a few days and things like that. And Prince Charles is able to drive 100 miles to go and see him. At the moment in Corby, it's a tight lockdown and we're not supposed to leave the town area. I can't even go and see my mother, and I haven't seen her for over 12 months. I haven't seen my son for nearly 12 months. Seen my other son the other day. He dropped something at the door, so I could speak to him down the path, but that was it. Non-essential travel, and Prince Charles drives, well, he gets driven 100 miles to go and see his father in hospital. What excuse has he got? He's supposed to set an example for us all. Absolutely dreadful. So I'm not happy. I have respect for the royal family, but not at the moment. And why do these people get away with it? Don't understand it. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's my moan of the day. Please subscribe and like.